This call is now being recorded.
So, welcome back. So, till now, we have discussed about.
Brother, you're in mute.
Till now, we have discussed um, uh, about how man can fall to sin. Now, we are going to discuss about what is the consequence of sin. Actually, this question has been asked in the Connect session, and many of you would have said that consequences of sin is hell. If it would have been only hell, I think that would have saved us from a lot of troubles in this present life. But what actually happened is the consequences of sin is not just limited to the to hell. The consequence of sin has been spread even more wider and deeper, very deeper. Okay? Unimaginable depth it has been. Just one act of disobedience. You know how much damage it has caused? It has caused. It has caused an unimaginable damage. So that is what we are going to try to see it. This unimaginable damage is clearly documented in Bible. Genesis chapter 3, verses 7 onwards. If you go after this course, after this session, please go and read from chapter 3 of Genesis, chapter 3 of Genesis, verses 7 onwards, or you can read from the whole of the chapter itself. Just read it and then think about it, and then you can be able to understand the consequence of one man's disobedience, one disobedience, how much damage it has caused. Okay, I'll just go through some of the damages which has been caused. So that is the consequences of the sin. First thing is, if you just go through the Genesis chapter 3, verses 7, okay, first thing which came into mind is their eyes are opened. The first consequence of sin is that their eyes are opened. What is meant by their eyes are opened? Their eyes are opened is nothing but they came to know the knowledge of good and evil. They know that okay, what is good and what is evil, which options are good and which options are evil. You know what does that mean? They took the complete accountability of every act on their head. Till that point in time they are like innocent children. Any act, even if it is God is not aligned with that, he will think that is an innocent act. Let us just forgive them or just ignore them because they are innocent. They don't know good and bad, so they are innocent. And so God would have just don't take into account at all. But then the moment the knowledge of good and bad came into our mind, which is called as reasoning, the moment reasoning capacity came into picture, which is the ability to differentiate between good and bad, it came into picture. We took the accountability on our head that whatever the act, what I'm doing, I am responsible for it. So it is very simple. A child is innocent because it doesn't have reasoning power. But at the age of 8 onwards, it develops the reasoning power. That is the reason punishments for children will start from 8 onwards very strictly, saying that, okay, you are accountable for your activity now because you know about good and evil now. You know, and when you do something evil, knowing that it is evil, then you are accountable for it. So that is what our parents we treat. And our Father who is in heaven is also going to treat us like that. And that this big responsibility we took on our own head by ourselves by developing this reasoning power. Though the reasoning power is can be considered as gift, but this gift has a price. This price is the accountability nature of everyone's act. So we are now answerable for our acts. That's the first point. Second point is that we are naked. We know that we are naked, which means we have lost the glory of God. The glory of God is on us, upon us, covering us when we have not sinned, covering us. And it shows to everyone else the image and likeness of God. It showed to the people, to every creation, man is in image and the likeness of God. That glory is nothing but God's supreme power and His love. Everything mixed up together is shown in man's creation. Now that is gone. Now man is just a naked being, just a naked being. So man lost the glory of God. Man lost his overall, the dress what God has put, the spiritual dress what God has put. He has lost, and that is what we are trying to regain through the baptism. The white cloth what has been put on us is to just cloth us back with that lost glory, and we are supposed to take that white cloth without any stains or any speck till the end of our life. That is our journey in the Catholic life, right? So that is lost glory. Second, third is that fear came into existence. Adam began to fear about God. He went and hid inside a bush. Fear came into picture. Till that point in time, there is no concept called fear. And God and Adam used to just walk and then have some fun time during the evening times. They go for a walk. There's no fear. There's no fear of God. But then fear came into picture. Not only with God, with everything came into picture. Blame game started happening. That I don't take the responsibility. I finger point to others. Others will finger point to me. Everything happens like a blame game. I don't take up my responsibility. I don't take up my accountability. I always put the blame on others. Next is curse came into picture. Till that point in time, it's all blessing. It's all blessing till that point in time. God has not created even one thing and said that this is a curse. It is a good, it is good, it is good, and everything is good. That is the word God has used till that point in time. And that point in time, curse came into picture. The opposite of a blessing came into picture. The opposite of beatitude came into picture. You know what the Matthew has in chapter 5 has said about all these beatitudes, right? All the beatitudes, they are just a restoration of what we have lost. Curse came and just disturbed or destroyed these beatitudes. Jesus came to restore these beatitudes. Blessed are the poor, blessed or something. What is that? Those blessings are restoration of the curse what we gained by the sin. Then next is enmity was given. Till that point in time, there is no enmity at all. There is no one called enemy. There is no one called, there is not a concept called enemy. Everything, everyone are friends. A person cannot become an enemy because they don't know what is meant by enemy. For everything, whatever a person does for a person is good. How beautiful it is. Just think about it. Just go to a crush where there are little toddlers, children are there, just scrolling through the floor. Just observe. Is there any enmity between them? No, not at all. Not at all. There was so much amount of love coming out. Though there will be some pull here and there will be there, but it is not enmity. You will not see any enmity. We will not see any backstabbing, any jealousy, nothing. So the enmity was not there, but enmity is given. Pain came into existence. Till that point in time, there was no pain. It is said that okay, from that point in time, childbirth has become painful, multiple folds, painful multiple folds. That's what God is saying. Pain came into existence, and this till the point in time there is no pain. Then importantly, creation is cursed. All the things which have been created by God for man, because man has disobeyed God, creation is cursed. Creation is pushed to a bondage of decay. A bondage of decay. Creation is decaying, is entropy of, in scientific forms, you say, entropy of the entire system, entire universal system is increasing, which means that the chaos is increasing. creation is cursed, and creation is groaning. According to Romans, a letter to Romans, Paul says creation is groaning and it want to liberate itself from the bondage of decay, and it has to come out, it wants to come out. But because of man's sinfulness, and it has to wait for the judgment day to come to liberate itself. So the thing is, creation is cursed, and because creation is cursed, nothing is perfect in this world. Nothing is perfect. If you just sow rice, a paddy to grow paddy field, you will not see just paddy. You will see everything. You will see the thorns and thistles and weeds. Everything it will come. There is no perfect system in this world because of this curse. And harmful pollutants everywhere, harmful pollution is a major problem in this world. Why? Because of our sins. Not only that, mankind is not going to rest at all. Mankind's headache started there. Mankind cannot get things done without hard work. We might think that okay, we are earning money, nothing will move if there is no hard work. Directly or indirectly, there will be hard work which has to come, and that hard work will have to sweat to the soil, and that also will yield thistles and thorns, and along with some fruits. And then we have this death came into picture. Life is not going to be for everlasting, forever and ever they lived happily. That is not going to be the case. We have a stop of life in this world. Death came into picture. From dust we came, and we are going back to dust. And that has come into picture because of the consequences of sin. But most of all, okay, we have two things which is really important. One is we have got the nature of disobedience. Nature of disobedience. You know, sin is not an act anymore. Sin is not an act anymore. Sin has become a nature. What does that mean is, by nature we will oppose God. By nature we will disobey God. By nature we don't trust God. By nature, spontaneously we will not trust God. We will not obey God. By force only we have to make ourselves obey God. It's like Adam's this thing. Like Adam is the first parents. They have a beautiful body, beautiful face, and everything. And whatever the beautiful body structure, what is there, is came out as their descendant, right? Every inheritance came the same way how Adam was, right? And if Adam had a ear like this, I also have a ear like this. If Adam has a nature of sin, I also got the nature of sin. So the nature of sin has gone into the character of human being. So it is no more a man can be perfect by from day one. Even a child, when it's born, it has the natural ability to sin. Natural ability to sin. And because the natural ability of sin happens, we broke the relationship with God. God, in His Word, if you see the genealogy in Luke, okay, if you see the genealogy is given, the last sentence is Adam, son of God. It is written Adam, son of God. Even if you go to Matthew first chapter, if you go, the last line is Adam, son of God. If you read that, Adam is son of God, and we are supposed to be children of God. We lost that relationship. Jesus came as a son of God to restore that relationship. Jesus is the son of God mainly to make human being back to that relationship. We lost that relationship because of the consequences of sin. So it's just not only the hell which has happened. We just completely destroyed the creation. Just by one act, we just completely destroyed our creation. And that is what we are trying to recover back. Okay. Now the thing is, there is one thing. This nature of sin, the nature of sin which came into us, has become a term called original sin. Original sin. So every child which is born has this original sin. It is not a sinful act. It is the state of the child itself. The state of the child itself is that it has the sinful desire by itself. So yeah, by its own, if it just grows, okay, it goes and sins against God. So the thing is that if you read the definition of original sin is the deprivation of righteousness, deprivation of righteousness in which we are born. We are supposed to be righteous, but we are not righteous anymore. The sinful desires or inclinations are called stains of original sin. So we are stained by birth, and by baptism we have clothed back. And Catechism of the Catholic Church 404 says, like, original sin is a sin which will be transmitted by propagation to all mankind. It is transmitted. It is just carry forwarded. It is inherited. That is by transmission of a human nature deprived of original holiness and justice, and that is why original sin is called sin only in an analogical sense. It is a sin contracted, not committed, a state, not an act. So, this original sin is not an act, it is actually a state. And this state, we have not committed to that state, we have contracted that state. So, that is what Catechism of the Catholic Church. So, every baby born, it becomes like a sinner. It's already a sinner. Even if they did not have committed even one sin, it's already a sin. Okay. So but the thing is that, see, because we by nature we neglect or we reject God. By nature we automatically go to hell. We just go to hell because of our nature itself. So we have to break that nature and come out of it. How do we break that nature and come out of it? That is by trusting and putting faith on Jesus Christ and following him. We come out. Otherwise we are by nature we going to hell. Okay, so this is how we are in our present state of original sin. Okay, so we are going to the next discussion time. So we have three questions and time to go to your breakout room and then have some fun. And once you're back, we will be able to discuss the closing